All right, I'll open up the chat. Hello, excited to hear about the weekend with the Hertax. Yes, I plan. I hear you. Okay. Thank you, Mailing. Just confirm, I just changed speakers. I want to make sure that everybody can hear me okay. So if you could just confirm one more time since I changed speaker. Okay, awesome. You guys are the best. Okay, so we're going to get started over here now. And first of all, welcome. And we have some new people here. I want to introduce here physically at the Cosmic Center, which, as all of you know, I see old familiar faces. It's located in Sarasota, Florida, in the United States. What is new about or different about this area here that I don't know, it's been a secret for some time, but there is a Stargate that's here in Sarasota. I remember seeing that like many, many years ago. I wasn't even sure what the Stargate was back then. There was something about Sarasota. But anyway, this is where we are broadcasting from. Very excited about this past weekend. As you know, I've been talking about it. And that is with the Hertax and also JJ Hertax, Dr. JJ Hertax, Dr. Desiree Hertax, and Alan Steinville, who is here and has to sit in the circle. So you have to sit up here. Yes. So Alan is here, gave a wonderful presentation. And one of the things, and of course, those of us have been here at the Anchoring Light, which, as you know, has been taking place every single Monday without fail for 18 years, now going into its 19th year. Hello, Ildigo. Its 19th year. And the idea behind that, when people get a calling to do something and you may say, what, who, me? You know, you say, well, who's going to do that? And you look around and like, there's nobody. It's just you, like, and getting past, the program that am I good enough? Am I smart enough? Who, me? Who do I think I am? All of that kind of stuff to really follow the call. So 18 years. At one point, I thought it would be around 5 years. No, it's 18 years going to the Ascension. That's what I'm figuring is going to happen. And every Monday without fail, I always tell people if there's a threat of anything, a hurricane or any kind of weather event, if you're here on Monday evening at the Cosmic Center, you'll be okay because that's when the anchoring light takes place. And that is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. So before we get started, I want to welcome everybody over here and tell you some of you, let me see, might have been there. Don, I know you were there. And you came also, I think, May, at one point. And so this was, what we've been advertising. We've been very excited about this for a long time because, there are many, illumined teachers, and all of us, of course, are each other's teachers and we are each other's students. That's it. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. When the teacher is ready, the students they will attract. And so I would say that Dr. Hertak, Dr. Desiree Hertak, and Alan have been in the field of consciousness for a very long time. Dr. Hertak, in particular, Dr. J.J. Hertak had experience, if you're familiar with that work, in the 1970s. And we do teach the Keys of Enoch here. Many of us go to the Academy of Future Science or the Easter Conference, and we have our beautiful Kim Converse that offers this very highly enlightened information coming from Enoch. Enoch is in the Bible slash Metatron. So we do work, many of you know, with the names of God, the powerful names of God. And we're now going to do that. I know we were doing it the second and the third Thursdays of the month. Starting in January, it's going to be once a month. So we figured we do once a month to have a larger crowd to do this. But I'm going to really emphasize how powerful this is. At the moment, it's in person only, but perhaps that might change. I know many of you have asked, can you please put this on Zoom so you can participate? And I'm thinking that maybe that might be the case that we'll do. But that will all be for the month of January 2025. We're very exciting. Times are ahead of us. And because of that, we have very important work to do. As in past, in Anchoring Light, it was said, Light workers, take your positions. The time is now. This is not a test. This is the real thing. And I know for many generations and decades, they said, this is the time, the world is ending, this is the time, whatever they used to do, holding up those blackboards. Well, the world is not going to end. It's still going to continue. May shake us off, I'm not sure. But okay, we're in the ascension process, and that is very real. We have been, many of us are operating fifth dimension already, even as we are in a physical three density world. As Jesus the Christ said, we are in the world, but we are not of it. So I want to emphasize a couple of very important things taken from this conference that we just had, and something that I've been very emphatic about is that we have to remember who we are and the power that we hold. The false matrix, I like what Carrie Kay says, the false matrix has been that somehow you're less than, or you don't have the power, or, you are somehow beholding to the powers that be that are beyond you. And when it's really the reverse, my understanding through these 18 years of doing these transmissions is that there are sentient beings that are in awe of us, who are part of the spiritual hierarchy that have come into physical form. They're like, bravo, because that's immense. The other thing that's immense, that we are part of the spiritual hierarchy, meaning, yeah, we go to our higher Amishadai, the family of light, but they're also depending on us. They need that resonant field to make that connection, and that's what we are. As in Akiza Enoch says, we are transducers, okay? We are the ones that can hold this frequency to come in. We literally impact and widen portals of light to come in. At some point, as we move into our ascension process and realize that our thoughts have such power, if you believe you could do something, you can. If you believe you can't, you won't. And so we understand, which we have been doing for many, many, ever since the war with Ukraine and with Russia, which is one of the pivotal points of trying to ignite a global war. Light workers are coming together to say, no, we can change that timeline. Many of you know, like from years and years ago, 20, 30 years ago, I always talk about door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, like the Price is Right. And what they said, hey, we're going to move forward. Like Bob Marley says, you can't stop the tide. Okay, so you can get on the board and go along with the tide, or you can resist it. Door number 1, easy peasy. Everybody in the collective unconscious raises the frequency, and it's not going to be such a bad ride. The other extreme, everybody is the gnashing of teeth because we're not getting it, and somewhere we're in the middle. I'm going for door number 2. Going for door number 2, and hoping that there's no prophecy that's written in stone. I spoke to Dr. Hurtak about it. If all of a sudden it was a great enlightenment in the collective unconscious, then that would be a really, really wonderful way and more easier way to go. If not, we're going to go anyway. And along with that, whatever teaching opportunities and so forth, the bottom line is that we are now awakening, remembering who we are, and the power of our thoughts. That's what's key. Somebody says, well, what can I do? Well, you could start affirming. You could start your expectations. You look into, see a war-torn image on the TV. And instead of like just having that come into you, you can use your power visualization and impact what you're seeing and changing it to green grass, happy children. We have the power to imprint. We don't have to go with the lower thought form. We can imprint a higher thought form on that. And I've had so many experiences, not going into that now, that is 100% the truth. Okay, I know many people, they put forth a thought that's so powerful that thought manifests themselves almost instantaneously. So we have to always remember, and not just to be the sponge of seeing what the false matrix is giving us and the information negatively, and of course, the age-old, very effective tool of fear. Okay, that has been working in this creation for a while. And now we have to remember that we are eternal beings, and that as we stay in our authenticity, as we stay in our truth, as I tell young people, I said, you are not crazy. The world is crazy. That's what's crazy. How can you be okay, balanced, and happy in a construct that's not geared to be supportive of that? So as we awaken, then we begin to understand that each and every one of us plays a very, very important role. And we have signed up to be here at this time in these physical incarnations. There are others that leave the physical and they're on other levels. And I know they're operating like we are, but just in a different density form. But everybody's coming together, the family of light, which is very, very diverse, coming from all streams of consciousness in this singularity to bring forth this ascension. And the ascension is this planet, of course, but it's beyond the planet. It's not just this planet. If you think of the world of entanglement, there's other things connected. Our whole solar system is entangled with the history of this planet and beyond. So we can just contain it here to our local solar system, but really our thoughts ripple across the cosmos and absolutely impacts. So I just want you to remember nobody should have a self-esteem problem ever, ever, because you actually know the impact that you have, okay, in not only this planet, but beyond this planet, ripples throughout the cosmos. Okay, you can say, well, who am I and what can I do? Well, if you remember that you are part of the Adam Kadmon, the divine human, that you're made in the image and the similitude of the divine, that is powerful. That is extremely powerful. And as we come together as the tribe of light, as the Amisha Dai, as the awakened ones all around the planet, we're all here in different places. When we unite together, we are unstoppable, unstoppable. And the ascension is, will, and continue to take place. There's no stopping of that. Okay, so we are going to get ready to start our meditation. I think a lot of people should be on board about now, so we'll get started. You know, we always start with our prayers. And so we're going to start with first a blessing.